on. What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and this is the Polestar 3. We're here on the island, just about 45 minutes from where I live, at the Island Motorsports Circuit. And today we have a very exciting experience to bring this car on the track and show you what it is all about. So for starters, you've seen some car reviews on the channel, and from driving in the streets of Germany to northern Sweden, we've been able to test the craziest elements when it comes to both combustion vehicles and electric cars. And today, we're gonna be driving an electric SUV on the 2.5 kilometer track for the first time. So this is the plan. We're gonna be taking it to the off-roading area to show you the capabilities of the car when it comes to off-roading, going through different terrains and weather situations, and we're going to head onto the track, as you just saw, and show the top speed, control, and brake capability of this vehicle. And a huge thank you to Polestar for sponsoring this video. So let's go ahead and talk about the actual body and design of the car. This is an SUV, so it's meant to be practical, fast, fun to drive, and it fits into a size point that allows you to have enough cargo for all of your needs, but at the same time, it can seat 5 passengers and it has a very sporty Scandinavian look. As you can see on the front here, the way that the front grille replacement has been designed allows air to just flow right through, and this is good not only for cooling and aerodynamic elements, but it just has a very sleek area where you have the Smart Zone sensor cluster and the black trims. We've taken a look at a few different colors here, including black, a nice blue color, as well as a gray and a white. And honestly, after seeing all the different Polestar models out at Polestar Day last year, including the concepts, the design element is very consistent throughout. The logo is subtle and understated, and that's where you're also going to notice on the inside of the car. As we make our way to the side of the car, you have the hidden door handles. You open it up, we're going to talk about the interior a little bit later, but when it comes to the top speed, the performance model is able to go 0 to 60 in just under 5 seconds. On top of that, it has a max horsepower of 517, and it has a pretty incredible amount of range given its power. So the interior of this vehicle is beautiful. It's not only minimal, but it has a good element of color splash and contrast involved, and it really showcases the best of Scandinavian design. Right here you have a 14.5-inch display. This is a vertical infotainment and control system that gives you access to all of the car's functions and controls, and I love the black and orange accents. In front of us, we have this little 9-inch screen that is dim, not distracting, but gives you all of the crucial information that you need, including the battery, the amount of estimated range, and the speed that you're currently going. Another little detail that is very signature to Polestar is these yellow seat belts. They represent safety in Sweden, and I absolutely love them. I mean, I've had yellow brakes painted on quite a few of my cars, and it probably is my favorite accent color, and they've done an amazing job of blending neutral colors of the strong blacks, the bright whites, and the gray finishes all together. Another thing that you're also going to notice is that the materials are all very nicely selected. Not only do you have very comfortable seats that have this light gray finish, but you have the black accents, piano black finishes, wood along the front here, and a combination of a sustainable fabric material centered by the Bowers & Wilkins speaker detail on the front. Polestar is a company that is very tech focused, and you can really tell. From the smart driving, to the features, to the actual engineering and the design, every aspect is innovated, from the materials to the experience, and all of that is impressive because they haven't just thrown a bunch of features and crazy design elements in your face, but instead have actually balanced it out quite nicely while still embracing the minimalism in their design identity. With so much space, fast charging capabilities, what's also so impressive is that car actually weighs over 5,600 pounds. And so it definitely has to carry a lot of weight, and the engineering is going to be a factor that is on showcase when it comes to pushing the limits on a track like this. One of the most important elements that we're going to talk about is the 50-50 balance when it comes to the weight distribution and the center of gravity. It's a car that still sits pretty low to the road to allow it to be planted, agile, and I mean, from my experiences with it so far, it is just such a joy to drive. So now it's time to test the off-roading capabilities of the Polestar 3. And here are some of the key benefits that come with electric cars when it comes to off-roading capabilities, as well as the control that you get. The first one is the center of gravity. And this is a big point in Polestar's design element because it has that 50-50 center of gravity. And so weight distribution not only gives you better control, but also better safety when it comes to off-roading scenarios. Another one is the unique torque delivery. Electric cars are able to have many different modes that very specifically deliver a set amount of power to different areas of the car. Whether it is the front, the back, you can really fine tune that. And with the unique torque delivery and the control that you can have between the instant throttle and the brake, it can definitely allow you to maneuver some of the toughest scenarios possible using all of the power and torque that the vehicle has, as well as its center of gravity, giving you maximum control. And we're going to be demonstrating that through multiple scenarios in this off-road circuit. The first one is the hills. You take it up the high hills and down to the bottom and just see how the car is able to handle going up and down. And it will also show some of the safety features inside of the car that have a camera that let you know how much distance there is from the ground exactly, just to give you that extra level of comfort and also ensure you don't damage your car. As you navigate along the hill again, there's also the side-to-side terrains where you'll see the balance shifting back and forth while still feeling very safe and planted in the vehicle. And the next test is the waffle grid. This is one that we went in an S shape and saw how the car was able to handle a really rough road, so potholes could be an example of that, as well as large rocks. And with the air suspension in the vehicle being the fundamental key factor in the off-roading capability, along with all of the other benefits coming together, the air suspension is able to showcase just how it's able to dampen as it goes to give you maximum comfort. And once again, the keyword here, control. The craziest test though was the Tolbro. This is a block that has a flat top along the middle and you have a slope on either side, and you approach it on the angle, and from there you're able to see how the car is able to swing from one side to the other as it goes up and down. And I mean, I was extremely impressed. Just the angle of lie that we were on as we were going along that slope. I mean, I was really scared, but nobody else was, and the car, as you can see here, was able to handle incredibly well. The Polestar 3 is really a car that is built for adventure. So after testing the capabilities of the Polestar 3 on the off-road circuit, it was time to take it onto the track. Before we could truly unleash the car and push it to its limit, the instructors got us on the track and put us through a few drills through cones and through testing the acceleration and the braking at its full limit to just know how fast the car was really able to accelerate, as well as how fast it can come to a stop at the marked braking zones. Something that is really important when it comes to getting to know the track for our actual laps. Overall, the car was really responsive and drove really well, and even Trevor got a chance to open it up and loved every minute of it. After that, we were really feeling ready for the hot lap, so we cleared the track and got started. So now it's time to make our way to the track for my first time doing a hot lap in an electric car, let alone an electric SUV. And we've been able to see the capabilities of this vehicle today while going on the straights and going around the cones and just feeling the agility and getting a good feeling for the car. But now it's time for the hot lap, and I'm super excited. It's a 2.5 kilometer circuit, many turns, couple straights here, and yeah, we're gonna see what this takes us. Hard braking zone here. And I mean, right off the bat, I can feel the agility coming from the 50-50 balance. The center of gravity of the car is amazing. And even when we're going through the sharpest turns of this track that are approaching in a little bit, it just does its really good job to plant and allow you to pick up the throttle right away while also feeling the confidence in the brakes as you slam onto them. In this scenario right here, I mean, it is just a lot of fun, and you almost forget the fact that, like, this is an electric car. It's one that has amazing feedback when it comes to applying the throttle and the brake and the response that you get from it. And once you get a little bit comfortable with the track and start to push it a little bit on each area, the steering is also something that you get a good feel for. And in this scenario, we're going through wide turns, we're going through some tighter turns as well. Just trusting the car will guide you in the right place, just like in the off-roading test. I mean, it really is the best way to showcase the capability of a car like this, even though you may not be driving it in a track setting on an everyday basis. I mean, it is just so much fun. And as we make our way through this last corner here, that is a hot lap completed. So after testing the car in the most extreme conditions, it was time to take the car out onto the back roads of British Columbia. Vancouver Island has some of the most beautiful roads in the world, so it was nice to see how the Polestar 3 handled them, and overall it was a very comfortable ride that provided a smooth driving experience with enough speed and agility to handle the corners and straights. Overall, the experience with the Polestar 3 was unbelievable. Dating back to this time last year, we got to see the car for the first time on display and learned about the practicality, the design, and in the interior comfort, but not much was talked about when it came to the actual performance capabilities of the car until we got our chance to sit behind the wheel for the first time today. And the fact that it was in the most extreme off-road and hot lap conditions meant that Polestar really wasn't afraid to let us push the limits of the car to see what it was able to do. It not only showcased the versatility as a utility vehicle beyond just a family car, but also the versatility in combination of its comfort and technological innovation features that make it an extremely compelling option to the market. But otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer them based on my experience, and I'll see you all in the next one.